in view of certain developments on the House floor. I do not know whether such development has come to your attention too. But since Mr. Speaker has made consequential orders, and it has, and he, with emphasis, according to the first deputy whip, that leadership should come to him so that this appointment committee is reconstituted. I believe that when we appear before him, he would give the directives as to how this can be done in accordance with our rules. So I'm just bringing this to your attention, for your guidance. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for bringing it to my attention. I will give the floor to Honorable Mama Yariga, the Majority Leader. Then I will make categorical pronouncement.
Chairman, the Minority Leader started reading Order 217. The Minority Leader started reading Order 217. But he didn't conclude on why he was reading Order 217. I don't know if he was reading Order 217 with a view to raising a question of quorum, or he just enjoys reading Order 217. So can you tell us why you read Order 217?
Okay, Chairman, Leader, thank you very much. The reason I referred to Order 217 was that the information from the first deputy whip was to the effect that Mr. Speaker has made certain orders at the plenary, and he consequentially added that this committee, as presently constituted, must be reconstituted. 1. And 2, that this committee leadership of this committee should meet him in his office. I did not go into details as to the orders,
but I only had to refer to the 217 because we know from what the first deputy whip
just told me that there are certain developments at the plenary. So, and I felt that I should bring that to the attention of Chair.
Thank you. Yes, I was at plenary when the Speaker made a formal communication to the House. In the Speaker's communication, he did not suspend the sitting of the Appointments Committee. He did not suspend the sitting of the Appointments Committee. What the Speaker said is that the Chief Whip of the minority and the Chief Whip of the majority, who are members of the Appointments Committee pursuant to Order 217, 1A and B, have been suspended from the House for 10 days. You know the quorum. Sorry, 2 weeks, not 10 days, 2 weeks. You know the provisions relating to quorum. And when you read the composition of the Appointments Committee, I thought that you probably were entertaining a view that if the majority chief whip and the minority chief whip are suspended, then we will not have quorum to do business. But if you look at the numbers involved, clearly, even if you take out the majority chief whip and the minority chief whip, just 2 people, you will still have 9 members, and so you will have quorum. Even if the minority walks out, you need just 4 to form a quorum. And I'm assuring you that you will get the 4 to constitute the quorum, to transact business. If you break the microphone, you will also be suspended for 2 weeks. So that's the first thing. That's the first thing. Then the second thing that the speaker said is that the committee on selection, he didn't say the leadership of this appointments committee. He said the committee on selection should meet him immediately after adjournment for us to reconsider the constitution of the appointments committee, including the rules of the appointments committee. When he was leaving the chamber, headed to his office, I followed him and said, it will be difficult to meet now. So he rescheduled the meeting to Monday, 11 a.m. So the speaker is not expecting you in his office because he's not even in the building. He has gone to send his wife to the airport. She's traveling. And he actually told us his wife is traveling, and the speaker loves his wife. So he went to send his wife to the airport. So there's no problem. The speaker is not requesting for your presence at any meeting now. And the speaker has not suspended the proceedings of this committee. He's spoken about the reconstitution of the committee, and he's spoken about the consideration of the rules of the committee. So this committee is properly constituted, and this committee should continue working.
Chairman, thank you. I was in the chamber with the respected majority leader and the leader of the House. The speaker, to quote him, he said that the committee of selection need to meet immediately to reconstitute the appointment committee. So what he's saying, Chairman, with your permission, I have the speaker voice. I can play it here to say exactly what he said. This is what the speaker said.
Today.
Please.
Today.
I disallow you playing that.
To reconstitute the appointment committee.
Please. Is disallowed. Appointment committee doesn't constitute committees of parliament. No, he said the selection committee to reconstitute the appointment committee today. That's what I've just played. That's what he said. And I've brought that to your attention. So if we move forward, it means that we are obeying the orders of the speaker. I just want to draw that to your attention. Honourable members, let me place on record that the deputy whip is not a conduit through which speaker will communicate to the appointment committee. Article 102 of the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana is very clear regarding quorum. And this is a parliamentary business. Let me read. A quorum of parliament, apart from the person presiding, shall be 1/3 of all members of parliament. If you relate that to this particular committee, a quorum will be 4 out of 11. 2, Article 104 is clear on decision making, and you need 50%. So therefore, if two people, 50% of the members of the committee, if two members
are suspended out of a membership of 11, we have 9 members of the committee. We form quorum. We can do business and can as well take decision. So, honorable members, we are not going to countenance any attempt to delay the proceedings of this House. With due difference to the Deputy Whip, I think it is in the interest of Ghanaians that we proceed to conduct the proceedings of the committee without any interruption in any manner whatsoever. This is my ruling. I will proceed to give the floor to the minority leader to ask his questions.
Chairman, I understand your ruling. I just want to draw your attention to one thing, then you can proceed. Chairman, I want to draw your attention to Order 217, and then to emphasize on 2171 A and B. They said the appointment committee comprises, and I'm emphasizing on A and B, that says the majority chief whip, the minority chief whip, and C says 5 other members. Chairman, the A and B does not refer to a member, but a portfolio. Majority chief whip, minority chief whip. In this sense, if the minority and the majority chief whip are suspended and their name is mentioned under this order, so who is in this committee as minority chief whip and majority chief whip?
Indirectly, in your own wisdom, you are telling us that parliamentary proceedings will not go on because the majority chief whip and the minority chief whip are suspended for 2 weeks because they are also members of parliament and they hold those respective positions. I beg to differ, and I'll submit on record that would rather amount to having a blurred view of the law. Can we make progress? Honourable members, I won't recognize any non-member of the committee. Honorable Minority Leader, if you are done, then we can proceed.
Chairman, thank you. Honorable nominee, do you know about the company Volta Clenham Farms and Industries Limited?
Yes, I talked about it earlier.
You said the shareholders include some other private persons, correct?
Yeah, I said that there are other persons in this arrangement, and 2 other persons are in this arrangement.
So I just want to be specific so that we can get specific answers. If you say there are 2 other persons in this arrangement, now, is it the directorship you are referring to or the shareholding?
The directorship.
Okay, so now let's come to the shareholding. Are you the sole shareholder of this entity?
Yes, I am.
But if it's the same company, you had earlier, unless you want to amend your answer, in your earlier response to this very company, you had indicated that there are other shareholders. That is where Chairman said that because they are not here and they are private persons, you are exempt from mentioning their names. So I want you to bring clarity to that.
Well, I'll be happy to see the verbatim report, but for the record, I am a sole shareholder and there are other directors.
Mr. Chairman, at this point, you know, my inclination is to exercise utmost respect. We are in leadership. If I disrespect you, then I'm disrespecting myself. But I need to make the point very firmly.
From what has come to my attention from the Deputy Whip, I think that it was very clear in the language of Mr. Speaker on the need for us to immediately get to the Committee of Selection to proceed to reconstitute the appointment committee. I will repeat it to your attention that let us err on the side of caution so that we do the right thing. At least if you had even suspended sitting the hearing for even a minute to enable you to listen to the speaker's voice, private, I'm sure you will be able to at least appreciate the situation in a different light, or possibly call Mr. Speaker himself. We can suspend for just a minute to enable you call the speaker, but in the, Honorable Majority Leader, just a second. Honorable Alassane Umar, please, the call is on all of us to show deference. If I talk, you talk, it doesn't help. So I would want to respectfully say that with what I know now, I would want to recuse myself in order not to be in breach of Mr. Speaker's orders. I can't force speak, Chairman. Chairman has his discretion, and I need to respect that. So I leave it at that to you, and then I'm sure we can take up other matters. Thank you so much, sir.
Honorable members, the information is clear from the Majority Leader that owing to the circumstances, the Speaker has rescheduled a meeting to Monday at 11. We are proceeding with the vetting. Any member who wants to recuse himself is free to do so. After all, we are living in a free and a democratic dispensation. So, please, let's proceed.
Chairman, with respect, I am extending to you all courtesies. My language in the application was done in utmost good faith and with respect to you. If you use phrases like democratic state and freedom of whatever, I don't think that it helps the situation. I refer to Speaker, Chairman, I will continuously express my views and show you respect. I'm pleading with you to be measured in the language you use. I will not do anything to hurt you in terms of language use. The language you just use is in bad taste, and I believe it's unacceptable. If it pleases you, you may withdraw. If you say you are the chairman and what you say is final, it's fine, but at least I've made my point to you.
Honorable members,
unless the minority leader has been able to point exactly to free or how free and democratic dispensation will be unparliamentary, I will be glad to withdraw it. But this is a phrase that we always use, even on the floor of Parliament, and by our own standing order. It's not in bad taste, it is not unparliamentary, it is not insulting. So clearly, I do not know why we are even going on this tangent. So, honorable members, I beg, let's make progress. But from the indication of the minority leader, he has finished asking the questions. Then I'll proceed to acknowledge our guests and consequentially discharge the witness. Honourable members, we have Mrs. Nuhila Sedu Nuela. Then those who are typing the spouse of the nominee. Then we have Togbiga Patamia Jokli, President of Bato Traditional Council. But honorable members, it may interest you to know that because I know Bato, what is written here is Bata. Honorable members, we have Mamaga Asieku, Paramount Queen Mother of Bato Traditional Council. We have Dr. Nana Edusei Echuniwa Ampim, the first, President of Tepa Traditional Council. We have Chief Damana Nafia Mustafa, alias Nyaba and friends from Salaga. We have Mama Agbovi, Paramount Queen Mother of Dofo, traditional area. We also have Togwi Ababio, acting president of Volo traditional area. We have Togwi Misrobi III, Mankralo of Fojoku traditional area. We have Mama Aku Seme, Queen Mother of Mepa traditional area. We have Ambassador Equia Danzoa, former member of parliament and former ambassador to Germany. We have Honorable Daniel Yao Domolovu and the rest of oral team members. We have Ambassador Cleland Ramses, Chief Director, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the rest of the Foreign Affairs staff. You are welcome. Honorable nominee, Honorable Dr. Obera Samoa, former Attorney General and Minister of State. You are highly welcome. Honorable nominee, thank you so much for attending upon the committee. You hear from the committee, you are hereby discharged. The next nominee should take his seat.
The clerk of the committee, please proceed to administer the oath. Environment. Our revered guests, please kindly take leave of us so that we can continue the proceedings.
Proceed to take the oath. Sorry, to administer the oath.
I, Esifu Seidu,
Solemnly swear by the Almighty God
solemnly swear by the Almighty Allah
that the evidence I shall give before this committee
that the evidence I shall give before this committee
touching the matter in issue shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me Allah.
So help me Allah.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nominee. Kindly take a seat. And in 2 minutes, tell us about yourself.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. I'm grateful for this opportunity. My name is Esifu Seidu. I was born on the 24th of July, 1969, in a community, in a town called Nalergu, now the capital of Northeast region. Mr. Chairman, I started my education in Nalergu. My basic level went through and I had my secondary education in Tamale Secondary, where I did my O-level and A-level. And from there, I proceeded to the University of Cape Coast, where I studied economics and sociology. I graduated with an honors degree in social science, econ sociology as my major. And at the same time, I concurrently had a diploma in education. From there, I proceeded to do my national service, and I was employed. After the national service, I got a job with Unilever Ghana Limited, and I worked with that company for almost 7 years. And I proceeded to set up my own business. After a while, I also proceeded to the US, Western New England University in Springfield to do my MBA and a leadership certificate course. So, Mr. Chairman, from there I came back to continue my private enterprise until 2020, when I got an opportunity to serve my people as the MP for Nalergo Gambaga constituency. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I proceed to recognize Honorable Haji Aladi Ayamba. Very well. I'll give the floor to Honorable Shabu Mama.
Mr. Chairman, I'm exceedingly grateful for the opportunity. Honorable Nominee, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
A very well-deserved nomination by the President. And trust that I have no questions about your ability to deliver. Just a few questions on two of them, actually. It's a new ministry that has been created. I mean, you would hear people say, there's a Minister for Environment, and tell us. I'm sure you have some briefing with the President or a representative. What is it about climate that you are going to do? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, first and foremost, this ministry or this position as a Minister of State, it's not a ministry, Minister of State, I see it's a very important intervention that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has initiated. Mr. Chairman, it takes a visionary leader to do what His Excellency has done. And when we begin the conversation into details, everybody will understand what I mean by this. Mr. Chairman, my role is not a duplication. I'm only supposed to collaborate with existing ministries. Those ministries that are into climate change and climate change in the climate change ecosystem. I'm supposed to coordinate them because if you look at what is happening now, Mr. Chairman, we have pockets of initiatives seated in the various ministries. And the president thinks that he should nominate me to be the coordinating point where all these initiatives and programs are brought under one envelope. And that is going to aid us to prosecute the agenda and the objective of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
So I'm going to be a focal point that you may want to propose to critically address the issue of climate change. Please tell us, share with us. And on that note, let me congratulate you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, let me say that climate change is in very ordinary terms because people look at it and it looks like,
what is this climate change all about? We have to bring it down to the ordinary understanding. And for me, I look at it as a shift in temperature and weather patterns. Okay? Now, Mr. Speaker, if you look at our current circumstance, we are bedeviled with unpredictable rainfalls, floods, disaster, diseases. And these diseases and floods and heat and all those, things that I'm talking about are occasioned by climate change. Invariably, we want to say that the world is very, very sick. Mr. Chairman, the world is sick. There's too much heat. Everybody is feeling
uncomfortable. Those days we used to say that we have a Accra sea breeze. Where's the sea breeze now, Mr. Chairman? Kumasi, we used to say Kumasi is the garden city. Where is it now? So primarily, the whole world is challenged. So what do we do to address these challenges? Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, now you realize that these
challenges are to a large extent influenced by the threats of climate change. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I now proceed to give the floor to Honorable Soa.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I wish to congratulate my brother for your nomination by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I want to find out what specific programs will you prioritize to combat climate change in Ghana when given the opportunity?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, what I will do if I am given the nod is to support the existing ministries to come out with initiatives that will target the perennial floodings that we have. Mr. Chairman, we need to have climate-resistant initiatives so that we can target the vulnerable institutions that we have. The vulnerable sectors of the economy is the agriculture sector. We're talking about the energy sector. We're talking about forestry. We need to come out with climate-resistant initiatives. And that is the way to go to address climate change. Thank you.
Thank you very
Mr.
much.
Chairman, Honorable nominee, I wish you the very best in your appointment, and I believe and know that having worked with you in the 8th Parliament, you are going to deliver to the best of your ability. I wish you God's blessings.
Thank you very much.
Chairman.
Thank you very much. The indication is that the rest of the members do not really have questions for you. I will therefore proceed to recognize your revered guests. On my list is Alhaji Hassan Ligby, former Managing Director of Metro Mass Transit. Honorable Alhaji Mohammed Muniru Limuna, former Agric Minister. Mrs. Vida Elham Isifu, spouse of the nominee. Damata Isaka,